I was told my resume is awesome, but I keep getting rejections with a master's degree. It's been a year. Okay, so one of the challenges we have when you have an advanced degree like a master's or an MBA is that depending on where you put it on your resume, it can come across that you only want to be considered for jobs that require one. So let me give you an example. If on your resume you put MS after your name at the top, what you're saying there is like, look, I have a master's. Don't contact me unless the job requires a master's. So I see a lot of people right now being completely dismissed by recruiters who are like, this job doesn't require a master's and we're not going to pay that much. So be very careful where you put it. In our resume format at Work It Daily, we don't put title letters after our names. And we really simplify the education section to play down the master's. That's why it's there, but you're not overselling it. So I think my first question would be, I'd want to see your resume and understand if you're overselling yourself. I'm going to say this very nicely. A lot of times people are like, I was told my resume looks awesome. And I'm like, who told you it looked awesome? And they're like, oh, the resume writer. And oh, my friends. And I'm like, are your friends in recruiting and HR? And have they actively recruited for people in this market where you need to look at 1,000 resumes? Because I'll tell you right now, most resumes are not built for that. Your resume today has to pass a skim test. The skim test is, if I look at your resume for only 6 to 13 seconds and you took it away, would I know what your area of expertise is? And unfortunately, way too many people don't pass the skim test. And here are the reasons why. They have really tiny fonts. They put too much text on the page. They have too many paragraphs. It's impossible to read quickly. That's where you lose. On top of that, when you overdo a resume like that, you come across as overqualified. It also comes across as narcissistic and desperate, like you're trying too hard. So right now, on trend for this market is a massively simplified resume that can be read in 6 to 13 seconds. And they go, oh, look, check, 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 check. This person has the basic skills I was told to look for. Let me reread it again. I'm telling you, there are studies that show their eye works in a Z pattern, 6 to 13 seconds. So if you don't have a skimmable resume, you're going to be in trouble. Now, if you want a skimmable resume, you can take a look at the overall strategy in my free resume link to bootcamp. I put it together so people could understand the latest formats right now for resume and LinkedIn that are getting people hired. And if you would like my team and I to look at your resume and work with you to make sure it is 100% correct, you can do that over at Work It Daily. Grab a 7-day free trial of the premium membership, and you will be able to submit your resume and make sure it's done correctly. You'll be able to use our template, you'll be able to use our videos, and we'll work with you on an unlimited basis, back and forth, right? Until your resume is done correctly, right? Same with your LinkedIn profile, your cover letter, your interview answers. When you get a membership to us, you get a premium membership, you have unlimited coaching by private email for the entire month. So you're able to get all of your materials done correctly, right? So I really encourage you to do that because a lot of you out there right now have resumes that are too dense and too heavy and too complex, and that's getting passed over.